Greetings, friends. This is your host, Jason Charnick, and welcome to Head Above Water, our little podcast about filmmaking and mental health and wellness and what it takes to find a little bit of peace and happiness in this crazy topsy-turvy business called show. Welcome back and Happy New Year. It's 2020 and this is episode 6, and we will be finishing up with part 2 of our interview with Numa Perrier, the writer, director, producer, and actor in Jezebel, a feature film that premiered at last year's South by Southwest Film Festival 2019 and is playing in theaters around the country right now. If you check out the Array Now website at arraynow.com/Jezebel, you can see where it's playing in a town near you. It's playing in Columbus, New Orleans, New York City, Houston, Atlanta, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Los Angeles, a couple of other cities. So check out their website, see where it's playing near you. If you can see it in the theaters, I highly recommend that you do. But if you can't, it's also going to be premiering on Netflix on the 16th, so check it out there if you can't make it in the theater. And in the second part of our interview with Numa, we're going to be talking about dealing with negative reviews, about how to be authentic to yourself across multiple genres, how to relax and de-stress, which as we know is very, very important to me. We talked a little bit about happiness, which is also very important to me, success and failure, and some apps that you can use on your phone to help meditate and relax and de-stress. So we're going to talk a little bit about that stuff today. And before we do, I just wanted to let you guys know that we took a little bit of a break over the holidays and we're just getting back into the swing of things. I needed a couple of weeks myself to de-stress and relax. So we are back in the new year in the full swing of things. We're going to be bringing some new fun interviews with today's hottest young filmmakers in the independent film community. So I hope you guys can join us as we move on in 2020. Also want to let you guys know this show is brought to you without advertising. It is very important to me to bring this show to you without advertising. I don't want to take advertising. I don't want to read advertising to you. That being said, this is a solo production, and I can't make it happen without your help. So I set up a new website for you guys to check out. It's buymeacoffee.com/headabovewater. No podcast on the end of that. buymeacoffee.com/headabovewater. If you like the show, if you've liked the interviews we brought to you so far and you want to hear more, please check it out. Buy me a cup of coffee and we can continue bringing you these fun, exciting interviews and some more exciting content in the new year as well. So again, here is part 2 of our interview with Numa Perrier, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
Some people claim that they never read their reviews. I read everything
about
everything that I do.
I mean, and for me, it's like, I learned pretty early on that you're not going to be able to please everybody. You know, I've gotten, there's been like 1 or 2 line anonymous reviews on Amazon Prime or something that's like, this guy's being all self-indulgent or having a pity party or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know why you had to get personal. If you didn't like the movie, that's totally fine. I don't know why you would have to attack me. But, like I said, I learned pretty early on that you're not going to be able to please everybody. So it was easy for me to kind of come to a sense of peace about it and realize that that's the case and not try so hard to do that. Some people will like it. Some people won't like it. It'll talk to some people who won't talk to others. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. And you got to let yourself feel the pain of it. But also you have to stand by your work at the same time, and you have to find a way to have a strong backbone about it too, because a bad review or a series of bad reviews can really hurt your own just sense of being. So I don't avoid the reviews because I just can't. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to not read about what I've done. That's part of the cycle to me. It's like it's part of sharing it and seeing how it lands on people. I'm not the type of artist that just kind of abandons the work after and just lets it live and whatever will be, will be. It's like, no, I care. And I look. So yeah, when I saw one that was kind of like very specifically negative, I was like, who do they think they are? But when I read it again, I was like, the things that they are saying are actually true.
Right. It'll just inform the work in the future, as you move on to other projects and move on to other things. And maybe that'll be in the back of your mind. Maybe it won't. But it'll always inform your work moving forward because it's all part of that growth process. You're not the same person now that you were at the beginning of shooting. It's all part of that growth process, and you learn to incorporate that into your future work.
Yeah, I think it's more that I just learned to acknowledge that we all see things very differently. That's just the way our creative aperture works. You know, we don't even see the spectrum of colors identical to the next person. You know, so when it comes to, that's why there's so many different opinions about everything, you know. So I look at it as more as like, I can say that, yes, those things are true. Those things are hurtful at first. Those things are true. Also, I'm going to keep doing what I do.
Right. It goes back to that confidence thing you were talking about. Like, if you are confident in yourself and your work and your direction and what you're doing, then it's easier to let that kind of stuff just, you know, roll off your back. Well, let me ask you a little bit more about your place in the film community, the indie filmmaking community, because another thing, you know, I'll say, like, I'll be honest with you, as a white guy, right now, I'm all about experiencing, and it started happening for me before South by Southwest, but, you know, being there and just soaking up all the experiences of it and being involved with it and being involved with the film community more over the past year or two, I'm all about different voices, different points of view, different perspectives, different experiences. And that's why I was really excited, you know, to talk to you, because I just want to drink in all these new experiences of the world that are different from mine. And you've spoken before, I've heard you in other interviews before, talking about a canon of films for the Black community and the Black experience and your place within that. I was really curious about, do you feel that as your career develops and as you get involved with other filmmakers, you know, like Ava DuVernay and things like that, do you feel a pressure now to have to deliver these authentic films for this community? Like, one day, what if you want to wake up and you want to just make like an action picture, or you wanted to do something that's not necessarily focused towards that? Do you feel a specific pressure to have to deliver for that community, or deliver something authentic every time? Or are you allowing yourself a little leeway in your career to kind of take chances and do something a little different that might not be what certain people are expecting from you?
Oh, yeah, I'm always going to be full of surprises, but I hold that standard for myself that, you know, even directing a Marvel film, which I would love to do,
that would
I
be
will
amazing.
Bring authenticity to that.
Right.
You know, I will bring authenticity to any genre, to anything that I do. I'm always going to be scraping until I hit that seed, until I, you know, get to the root of that. And that would span any genre that I do. Even if, you know, doing a Star Wars, I would bring authenticity to Star Wars, you know. And I will say that my ambitions have only amplified during the run of the festival run of this film, and the movies that I've seen along the way while being on this festival run have only really expanded my idea of what I want to continue to do. I don't know if I would have said that I want to direct a Marvel movie 5 years ago. I just don't know that I would have seen the possibility of something as world impactful as that, you know, can be. But I see it now, and I desire it now, and I would love to do it now. And I will always still bring authenticity to it, however I can, you know? So no, I don't feel any pressure to live up to anybody's anything. I just want to please myself and please my daughter. Have her be proud of me, and I'm good. Like, I don't really.
That's great.
I don't need anything else, you know. So
okay,
yeah.
Because I mean, I've spoken to other people about it before, and that's just, for me, like, that's the thing that is so bonkers about what we do. Being artists, like I said, you want to be authentic. That confidence, hearing you say you have that confidence is really motivating and empowering to me, because I work on that every day, and spending way too much time on social media and comparing my work to other people's work and seeing what other people are doing and wondering why I'm not doing that thing for whatever reason, or, you know, I'm trying to shed all of that. And to hear you say that you have that confidence, that inner sense of confidence and peace, and knowing that you're doing the right thing for you, that no matter what you're working on, that's the authenticity that you'll bring to the work. Whether you're doing a Marvel movie or a $200,000 independent movie, you'll still be bringing those sensibilities to it, and there'll always be some sense of authenticity to that.
Right. You know, and you can't escape yourself, and you can't. When I saw the movie, when I saw Todd Phillips' Joker, is really when that really hit the most home for me. It was the first time that I saw a film that was large in magnitude, but so intimate at the same time. So character driven and kind of all of the things that I love to explore, but also being bigger movie, like inside of this like large franchise. It was, I really felt, while I was watching that film that I'm going to direct a Joker movie. That's happening. Yeah. Like I could just feel it. But I had never thought about my work in that way before. My ambition just kind of grew. It just like multiplied. But yeah, I want to keep doing authentic work. Of course, you want to serve the truth of whatever you're doing. But I think that can be done in very imaginative ways. That can be done in very expansive ways, that can be done within huge franchises. It can be done in a full spectrum of ways.
That's awesome. Well, I just have a couple more quick questions for you, and then I'll let you, get on about your day. And again, thank you so much for joining me and for your time and for your honesty. And it's very exciting and motivating to talk to you. I'm going to be editing for the rest of the day after this, and I'm just ready to go. And it's just very exciting speaking to you. So let me just ask you a couple more questions about what do you do to kind of relax and unwind and kind of find some peace? Because even if you're being authentic, even if you're doing everything that you want to be doing, it's still a very exhausting career. It's a very exhausting thing to be doing, making movies. So what are some of the things that you do in your downtime that kind of take you away from that to kind of recenter yourself when you feel like you're getting pulled in too many different directions?
Well, I notice when I start feeling agitated or jealous or competitive in a way that's not good, like the comparing competitive that you were talking about, I usually realize that it's because I've kind of gotten out of some of my really basic routines that just keep me relaxed. So for me, a lot of it is about meditating first thing in the morning. And so just like I wake up, I have like a meditation app. I just do it for 15 minutes.
Is it the Calm app by any chance?
No, it's not the Calm
My
app.
wife uses the Calm app all the time.
That's too calm for me. The Abraham Hicks, like Law of Attraction, has a meditation app, and it has 4 different types of meditation. One is a general just feel good meditation. The other one is about allowing financial abundance, which is great. There's one that specifically talks about relationships, and there's one that talks about your physical condition. So it's 4 different categories, and I alternate between the 4. I usually listen to the general feel good one, and it's just a series of things that are being said to you that you just lightly focus on while you breathe. And I do that for 15 minutes. Sometimes I fall asleep while I'm listening to it, which I think is fine because I think that it's just seeping into my subconscious more. So I guess it's fine.
Yeah, that's what my wife does. She'll just pop in the headphones when she's going to sleep because she's got the AirPods now. So you can like sleep with those things on. And she'll just pop them on and pop on the Calm app or whatever. She's got some story apps that she listens to that kind of just lull her to sleep at night and get her ready for the next day.
Yeah, I think it's great if you can find ways to soothe yourself. And so I do really well when I'm doing that consistently. And I when I'm just doing that every day and just making sure that I focus on that, it makes the day go better. And I noticed that, it's okay if I skip a day or two here and there. And I do a lot of times. I'll do it really consistently and then I'll kind of fall off. But if I fall off for a long time, it becomes really obvious to me. Like I really notice like how irritable I am and how depressed I start to feel and how, I can't kind of control my thoughts, start overwhelming me. Like kind of all the things that are symptoms of depression just kind of start creeping up on me. Well. Yeah. And it's something that I really have to maintain and stay on top of.
It's work.
Yeah. It's you have to work at it, but in a gentle way. You also don't want to like be beating yourself over the head.
Right. You don't want to feel like it's work.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like if you feel upset with yourself because you are feeling jealous or you are feeling stuck and you just compound the issue more and more. So just have to kind of take it easy, know that these things come in waves.
Oh, there's so much truth in that. So much truth in that.
You know, I feel myself, I'm constantly like riding those waves, but that's one thing that I do. And I notice that when I do it with some consistency, that I feel lighter, I laugh more, I'm more patient, you know, I'm just more relaxed. Like I just have more trust in what my life is bringing to me, you know, and when I'm not doing it, I feel tense and I feel angrier, you know.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, I know all those feelings all too well.
Yeah, it's just that 15 minutes first thing in the morning. If I can remember to do that consistently, I do pretty well.
So do you feel, how do you feel as the movie is going on? Like, do you feel successful already? How do you define success and failure for yourself? Obviously, you have a long way to go in your career, and there's lots more to achieve and lots more yet to come. But do you feel like you're successful already? Do you feel like you're constantly redefining that for yourself? How does success and failure work for you?
I feel very successful right now.
So even if you were to never make another picture and somebody yoinked the rug out right from under you and said, now you have to go and do something else, you'd say like, I feel good, I had a good run.
No, I don't think those are the same things. I don't think that just because I feel successful, that means that I want to stop. I'm always creating. I'm a creator. I was created to create, and to stop would be to die, I guess.
That would be the failure.
You know, so no, but I do feel very successful. I feel that I know myself. I feel that I'm doing what I love to do. I feel that I have support,
which is also very important.
Yeah,
very important.
I feel supported. I feel well received. I feel at times celebrated. I feel successful.
And you're happy? Would you say you're happy?
I feel happy as well, yes.
That's great. That's great. I just find like whether I talk to my friends, whether in the film business or not, very few people, I just don't hear the question asked very often. So I just kind of want to make one of the staples of the show when I talk to filmmakers and stuff. I just want to make sure people are happy because that's really all I care about when I meet filmmakers. A lot of it comes from my own anxiety and my own neuroses and everything that you were saying about the symptoms of depression.
But also let's talk about happiness for a minute.
Great.
You can be happy, the concept of happiness. So you can be happy while you are going through shit too. You know,
sure.
You can still be happy. It's hard to explain sometimes, but just because you have a shitty day doesn't mean that you're not happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's an umbrella. You know, it's an umbrella. And I think void of deep trauma and deep grief, which I've experienced both. Void of that, happiness is like asking someone if they're happy. Yes, I'm happy. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that other emotions don't also enter my space. Like I'm not saying that in a way to say like just a superficial thing, but because to me happiness is like a baseline feeling. Like in my gut, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm directing, you know, I'm creating, I'm with people I love. Those are the things that I'm healthy, you know, like those are the things that create happiness. And all the other emotions and all those waves that we're talking about that you're going through it's just a part of like day-to-day life. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying that to say that I don't feel other things or that I'm not feeling other things, but I really feel happy. Yeah, I'm happy.
That's great. That makes me happy. That's why I want to talk to people, and everyone's life experience is different. Everyone's definition of happiness is different. And that's why I'm really happy to hear you expound on it, because it's real easy to, I'm happy. No, I'm not happy. There's always this preconceived notion of the tortured artist, and art needs to be pain, and it does in some respects. But I've spoken about it in other shows of mine. Like, I don't want to have to be a sad sack to, have to create something I want. Like, I want to be happy with my life.
And I really don't know where that came from. I wish we knew who said that first.
Yeah. So you don't subscribe to that either?
No, I don't. I don't subscribe to that. And some of my peers do, and it kind of sometimes creates a bit of a divide between us. And so, you find yourself kind of wanting to gather like-minded people so you can amplify, where you're at. But yeah, I think there's kind of a lot of that going around, is just the idea of focusing on the most difficult aspects of whatever it is you're doing seems to be the way for some people, and it's just never brought anything good to me. And I don't feel good in that space. So
doesn't make you happy.
Yeah, I don't operate in it. And
that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, tell me more. I don't know, are you guys still on the festival circuit? When and where can people find Jezebel? I want to watch this thing again.
So we have a distributor, which will be announced very soon.
Great.
In a matter of days, actually.
Oh, awesome. Great. Fantastic.
The release that we've been talking about with the distributor originally was set for December, but I don't know the date yet. So we're getting really close to December now. So I'm hoping that I have, more specifics about it really soon, and that this announcement will be out really soon, and you'll have all of that to kind of plug into this interview. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with the distributor that we have. They're the right match for us.
Awesome.
Yeah, the film will be available very widely, is what I can say.
And so you just said you directed a music video yesterday, and you're continuing to write and continuing to create, and you just directed an episode of Queen Sugar, which was awesome, and everything is just onward and upward from here.
Yeah, I'm working on a project in the TV space. I have another feature film lined up for the spring. So
you're ready to go. You're ready to make another feature. You're ready to dive back into that well.
Yes, I'll be making another feature this spring.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm very excited to see it. I've been telling my wife about Jezebel since she didn't come to the festival with me, so I've been
oh my gosh,
dying to have her see the picture.
Oh, I can't wait for her to see it.
Yeah, I'm sure she will love it. We have very different sensibilities when it comes to movies sometimes, but she too likes very human stories, real experiences, intimate stories like that. So I'm excited not only to see it again, but for the world to see it, because it's such a special film. Numa Perrier, such a special filmmaker. Really exciting to talk to you, and motivating and energizing, and great to speak to you. And I can't wait to talk to you again in person sometime and shake your hand and give you a hug and onward and upward from here. And I wish nothing but the best for you. And I hope I get a chance to talk to you soon.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing part of your story as well.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, I'll let you go. And thanks for spending a little time with us. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Take care. And there you have it, our interview with Numa Perrier. Thanks again for sticking with us for the little bit of the break in between parts 1 and part 2 for the holidays. Join us again, then our next episode will probably be in about a week or two. I'll keep you guys in the know. Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. On Facebook, we are Head Above Water Podcast. On Instagram, we are Head Above Water Podcast. And on Twitter, we are Head Above H2O Pod. And again, thank you all for listening. I just wanted to say this before I check out. Thanks again to all of our listeners across the world. We've heard from some of you guys. I'd love to hear more from you. If you have any comments, you can comment on our official website too at www.headabovewaterpodcast.com. Please send me a line. Let me know what you think of the show. Leave us a review or a rating on your favorite podcast platform of choice. So wherever you listen to your podcast, please drop us a rating. Please drop us a review. We would love to hear from you. We've heard from some great people all around the world, and I am dedicated to bringing you guys the best interviews with the hottest young filmmakers in the independent film community. So thanks again for all your support. It's good to hear from you all. I hope to hear from more of you. Thanks for joining the show, and stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a little bit with more Head Above Water. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.